afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is the day that the Lord has made, and we are already rejoicing and we are glad in it. Happy winning Wednesday. Today is Wednesday, W-I-N-S Day, February the 26th, 2025, and we are live right here in the beautiful Buckhead community of Atlanta. Good afternoon, all of my family, friends, those of you that are coming on, joining us live. Please do me a quick favor. While you're coming on, hit the like button, hit the share button, and tag Lolly Dolly, everybody, and let them know that your boy, Ramon Preston, my squad, we live right here in the beautiful Buckhead community of Atlanta, and you, my friend, are watching the Ramon Preston Show. And if you don't know, now you know. I'm your host, Ramon Preston, every Monday through Friday, just like today on this beautiful Wednesday, 12 o'clock noon Eastern Standard Time. We show up here live to give you the game, to share information with you that you can use if you really want to start, structure, and scale a real business, a ministry, an income stream, or even a wealth building dream. So welcome to the Ramon Preston Show. Today, we're going to be talking about how to recondition your mind into a HoldCo deal maker. If you haven't been watching the show for the last 2 weeks now, I've been pounding on how to become a HoldCo, that is short for holding company, how to become a HoldCo deal maker. And so every day on my show for the last 2 weeks, I've been sharing strategies with you, practical tools with you to show you how to become a HoldCo deal maker. Basically, how do you take a holding company and pair it with deal making so you can make some money, so you can do some deals, so you can start seeing some things happen in your personal, in your professional, and in your financial life. And so that's what we're going to be doing today on the show. I want to give a big shout out to all of our investors, our partners, people who are already doing deals with me and my team through our private equity firm, RP Capital LLC. Thank you so very much for trusting us to work with you, to help you build legacy wealth for you and for your family. And for all of you that are watching live, don't forget to put in the comments where you're watching your boy from. Where are you watching the Ramon Preston Show from today? Please let me know in the comments what city, what state you're watching the Ramon Preston Show from. Now, today's lesson, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be on how to recondition your mind into a HoldCo deal maker. And guess what? Today's lesson is right out of our HoldCo Deal Makers workbook, because this upcoming Saturday from 12 to 4 p.m. I'm hosting a live and a free HoldCo Deal Makers workshop. It's going to be a 4-hour live deep dive that I'm doing this Saturday, March the 1st from 12 to 4 p.m. You will be able to find me on all social media platforms, at least the main platforms, this upcoming Saturday, and I'm giving you this game absolutely free. However, if you do want a copy, physical or digital copy of this workbook that I'll be using this Saturday for our workshop, all you have to do is go to RamonPreston.com/event. RamonPreston.com/event. Always give y'all this plug before I get started on my show, because you know why? I want to do business with you. I want you to do business with me. I want us to make some things happen so that we can use each other as a proof of concept. And so today's show, I'm taking a lesson right out of this workbook. But if you would like a copy of this workbook, physical or digital, go to RamonPreston.com/event. You can register for free to our HoldCo Deal Makers workshop that's happening this Saturday. It's going to be a live event on social media platforms. All you have to do is just click on the live and participate. But if you want to follow me step by step through each of the 4 sessions that we're going to go through and you want a workbook, a physical or a digital copy of the workbook, you're going to have to upgrade to our VIP option, which is only $97, by the way. So you can join me Saturday for the workshop for free. But if you want the workbook, you can upgrade for $97. You get the workbook. You also get our 6-week HoldCo Dealmaker Playbook training. We have a 6 weeks training that deep dives into all the ins and outs of how to become a HoldCo Dealmaker. And we're going to provide 6 weeks of client support and access to a HoldCo Dealmakers mastermind. So that means within this 6-week training, when you join the training, we're going to host another event. It's going to be a mastermind, and it's going to even be a deeper dive into these principles and concepts. So again, today's lesson is actually on how to recondition your mind into a HoldCo Dealmaker. So remember, if you followed me or you've watched any of my recent lives, you know I describe a HoldCo Dealmaker as someone who has the mentality, someone who has developed the mentality and the model, the business model, and the methods for taking a holding company, a LLC that you call a holding company, and pairing it with deal making. All right. So if you don't have a holding company, it's not like this information can't help you, because you don't necessarily need a holding company to use these concepts. I've got people that I work with who don't have companies at all, and they're investing. They're doing deals. They're making money. You know why? Because they have learned the concepts and they're implementing those concepts. But if you do have a holding company, or if you want to set up a holding company and other entities under it, then it's about developing a mindset, developing a certain business model and a set of methods that you can use. That's what I describe a HoldCo Dealmaker to be. So today we're talking about reconditioning your mind into a HoldCo Dealmaker. So let me start here. Why is it important for you to recondition your mind into a HoldCo Dealmaker? Because most of us are not even deal makers in our mind. Most of us are employees, or if we're business owners, we're just self-employees. So most of us think like 99% of the world when it comes to doing deals, when it comes to success, when it comes to business, when it comes to elevating and getting to the next level. 99% of the world thinks the same. That's why 99% of the world get the same results, and 99% of the world, they're doing the same thing. So 99% of the world, they either scrolling, or if they're not scrolling, they're just twiddling their thumbs, literally or figuratively, getting nothing done. But I want you to get into that 1 percentile of people who are doing something different. Well, if you're going to get into that 1 percentile to do something different, you got to recondition your mind into that 1%. Okay? You got to recondition your mind. So today, I'm going to show you 3 things you must change in order for you to recondition your mind into a HoldCo Dealmaker. 3 things you must change. So if you're taking notes, I want you to write them down. Okay? The first thing you must change in order to recondition your mind into a HoldCo Dealmaker is the way, I hope you're writing this down, the way you think. You got to change the way you think. Now, I'll go deeper into this Saturday during the workshop. And as I mentioned, during our 6-week training, we really go deep into the mentality of a HoldCo Dealmaker. But for today's show, if you're going to recondition your mind to become a HoldCo Dealmaker, to become that person who can take a business idea and convert that idea into an opportunity, and who can connect that opportunity to making money, if you're going to become that person, you must change the way you think. You must change the way you think. Now, how do you change the way you think? Well, the starting point to changing the way you think is information. This is how you change the way you think. The way you change the way you think, if that makes sense, is what information you are accepting. Are you following me on that? I want you to look at the word information. This is how you change the way you think. Now, what am I talking about? Okay, because I'm a preacher, so I could be talking about God. I could be talking about life. I could be talking about prayer. I could be talking about anything. But in this context, I'm talking about business. I'm talking about success. I'm talking about getting that money. I'm talking about building a successful business. I'm talking about you becoming free to do the things that you want to do, which may be to serve God, which may be to bless your church or to serve your community. So it's all tied together. But what I'm saying is, if you're going to recondition your mind into a HoldCo Dealmaker, you must change the way you think. And the way you change the way you think starts with the information. I want you to look at the word information. Listen to what I'm saying. Information, watch this, puts your mind, don't miss this, information puts your mind in formation. Do you understand what I'm saying? Slow it down, Rev, because I don't want the people in the back to miss what I'm saying. I said the way you change the way you think starts with information, because whatever information you receive, it's going to put your mind in formation. So information will not only inform you, but it will form your mind. It will put your mind in formation. So you have to change the way you think about money, about business, about success. You have to change the way you think about people. You definitely got to change the way you think about people. Let me tell you something. I tell people this all the time. As a preacher, as a pastor, as a minister of over 25 years, full time, serving the church, serving members, serving the community, marrying people, burying people, baptizing people, counseling people. If there's one thing I have learned in over 25 years of being a pastor and a preacher and a minister and a servant in the church with Christian people, in the community too, I've learned that a whole lot of people are going to fail you. A whole lot of people are going to betray you. A whole lot of people are going to burn you. A whole lot of people are going to use you, get over on you, get what they can from you, and then turn their back. Like, it's inevitable. This stuff gonna happen. But what I've also learned is none of that stuff changes who you choose to become. You understand what I'm saying? So you can only imagine, in over 25 years of serving the church and serving my community, how many people have just did me wrong. All right. But guess what? Who cares? Because am I a better person after 25 years of serving the church or in my community, or am I a bitter person? Well, if you listen to me long enough, you'll probably see, yeah, he's not bitter. He really ain't even studying people like that, because I'm a better person, because I choose to feed my mind, or I choose, watch this, to receive information that allows my mind to form a different perspective about people. So I don't look at people like they gonna dog me, they gonna get over on me, I can't trust them. I don't look at people like that. If it happens, it happens, but that's not the way I'm gonna think about relationships. A lot of people have money problems because of the way they think about money. You might not prioritize money the way you should because you don't have enough attached to the money that you want. For example, I don't love money like I love God. Okay? I don't love money like I love my wife. I don't love money like I love my children and my family. However, money has a priority in my life because the more money I have, the more options I have to continue to show I love God, show I love my wife, show I love my children and my family. Do you understand what I'm saying? So because I think about money the right way, because I'm informed about money, it changes the way I think about it. So how to recondition your mind into a HoldCo deal maker? You must, number one, change the way you think about money. And it starts with your information. How do you know if you are properly or correctly informed, or if your mind is in formation when it comes to money and business and success? Here's how you would know. Is the way you think about money and business and life and success, is it optimistic or is it pessimistic? Is the glass half empty or is the glass half full? If you think about business like negatively, it's because you don't have the right formation. Like I talk to some entrepreneurs and they always blaming the economy. Oh, nobody don't want to buy what I sell. People are cheap. Everybody trying to get over on you. You know, black people this and white people that. It's always something. You know why? They have the wrong information. They have the wrong information. I was just on a coaching call last night with a client who's been in my community for 3-4 years. One of the most faithful members of our coaching community. And he's a go-getter, right? And so me and him are having a conversation and we start talking about the difference between one person who he knows that's doing different things in terms of investing in private equity, like I do, right? I'm an investor. I have a private equity firm. And so we're talking about how this one person looks at certain communities like, oh, they don't want that. They don't want to do that. And I'm sitting here telling him that person is wrong because the people you say that don't want it, I'm doing business with those kind of people. So you can't be telling the truth. I know better. Maybe they don't want to do it with you, but they do it with me. One of the reasons is because I inform them. I give them information so that they can make an educated decision about what they do. I hope y'all catching what I'm throwing out today, because I'm giving you millions of dollars worth of game as a deal maker. Okay. The second thing you must do to recondition your mind is you must change the way you not just think, but you must change the way you see. You see, this is so hard. This is so hard for people to do. So changing the way you see is not about information. It's about interpretation. At least I consider myself somewhat of a Bible scholar. You know, I've been a preacher and a pastor and a homiletician and hermeneutic student long enough. I think I know a thing or two about Bible interpretation. And let me tell you something. It's easy to misinterpret a scripture. You know what I'm saying? And guess what? It's easy to misinterpret success. Because now what happens is when you get hit so many times by life and by the marketplace, meaning that you don't make money, your business don't grow, your idea don't go nowhere. At a certain point, guess what you start doing? You start changing the way you think because you stop learning. You stop growing. You stop getting exposed to people who give you new information. And then you start changing the way you see success. And then your interpretation of success starts changing and you start saying things like, yeah, it don't take all that. I don't need $10 million. I just need enough for me, my foe, and no more. That's so selfish of you. It's so ridiculously selfish for somebody to say, oh, all I want is just a couple 100,000. You know how many people you can help if you had more money, if you had more resources, if you had more relationships, if you had more opportunities? How selfish of a person to say that. But again, it's their interpretation of success. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? So if you want to recondition your mind into a HoldCo deal maker, number one, change the way you think. Information. You've got to be receiving knowledge that puts your mind in formation. Your mind has to start going in formation until you become optimistic about business, success, relationships, opportunities. When you start something, you don't automatically default to this mentality that, oh, something got to go bad. Something doesn't have to go bad. It's already worse. Life is already hard. Life is already bad. When you hit zero so many times, you already know life is about being at zero. But I ain't got nowhere to go but up. So I'm not going to be pessimistic about it. I'm going to be optimistic. The second thing you must change is the way you see. The way you see. Your optics have to change. So that means when you get in a conversation with somebody, it could just be a random conversation. Can you discern the opportunity in a conversation? Or you too busy running your doggone mouth about your opinions, right? Because I talk to people all the time and they just running their mouth and running their mouth and running their mouth. And I be thinking to myself sometimes, I'm not where I want to be in life, but I'm sure not where I used to be. I might not be the most successful person people that know me know, but guess what? I'm probably one of them. And I thank God that I can be one of them. But here's the thing. If you are around successful people, I'm going to be the one to tell you right here on this live, you have to be an idiot to be around a successful person and you always talking. If you don't shut up and ask questions and listen to the successful person so you can change your interpretation, because the more you talk and you broke, successful people know you don't think right, you don't see right. All right? So, number one, you got to change the way you think. Got to change your information. Change the way you see. And here's a hard one. Change the way you work. This is your implementation. This is your implementation. The M didn't come out all the way. This is your implementation. Implementation is about how you take the necessary actions to see results. Because remember, what we want to become in 2025, we want to become HoldCo deal makers. We want to become the guys and the gals who stand at the top of the mountain, who have one main entity here, a HoldCo, LLC, and we use this HoldCo to build businesses. We're going to build businesses. We're going to build relationships. We're going to build bridges. We're going to build not ops, but opportunities. This is who we want to become. But if we're going to become that person who is successful, standing at the top of the mountain, this is where your freedom is, bruh. This is where your freedom is, sister. Your freedom is here. If you're going to be that person, you got to recondition your mind. And in order for you to recondition your mind, guess what you got to do? You got to change the way you think about this. Because if you think, if I could just sell another this or do another that or get this, get that, that might not be the way for you. Okay, you might not be the next Bezos. You might not be the next best thing since sliced bread, so you got to figure out a new way. Now, I'm going to stop right there, and I want to remind all of you that's watching this Saturday, okay, from 12 p.m. to 4 p.m., I am hosting a 4-hour free HoldCo Dealmakers workshop. I have an entire workbook of 4 sessions that I'm going to go through. This HoldCo Dealmakers training that I'm giving to you for free this Saturday during this 4-hour workshop, this training is the same training that investors who work with me in my private equity firm with tens of thousands of their dollars, this is the same training that they get. I got coaching clients who are in my coaching program called the Millionaire Blueprint. It's a coaching program. I've got clients that are getting the same training who have spent tens of thousands of dollars to be coached by me. I've got business partners who get the same training, and I'm giving it away for free. And now you may ask, depending on how you think, why are you giving this away for free? I'm giving it away for free because I want to do business with you. I want you to do business with me. Number one, the more business we do, the more money we make. So of course I want to make money because I know if we do business, you gonna make money and I'm gonna make money. We should. So it's a free HoldCo Dealmakers workshop. You can go to RamonPreston.com/event. When you get to this website, RamonPreston.com/event, there is an option. I'm a businessman. You're supposed to have an option. There's an option for you to upgrade to VIP. That's if you want to. If not, sign up, secure your seat for the free event, and I'll see you Saturday. But if you want to take how you think, how you see, and how you work as a HoldCo deal maker to the next level, you can choose the option to the VIP upgrade for $97. And here's what you're going to get today if you go to RamonPreston.com/event. Secure your free ticket and then upgrade for $97. This is what you're getting. You're getting this digital workbook, so you'll get this workbook. Everybody else ain't gonna have the workbook. If they just show up for free, they're gonna just show up for free and watch me on the screen for 4 hours. But if you want the workbook to follow along in each session, that's a part of the upgrade. You're gonna also get instant access to a 6-week HoldCo Dealmakers Playbook training. So I have a 6-week training that I'm offering with this VIP upgrade so that for the next 6 weeks, my team and I can offer you client support. So if you're putting together an LLC, if you have a multiple business structure that you want to make sure is structured correctly, you're going to have 6 weeks of client support, and you're going to have access to a private mastermind that we're going to do before the 6 weeks is over. So basically, you could get 6 weeks of training in addition to this workshop this Saturday for a $97 upgrade, but it's up to you. So my hope, my prayer, my expectation is that today you learned something. I would love for you to put in the comments what your biggest takeaway was from today's show. Like, what did you learn from today's show? Maybe you had a big takeaway. And if you have any questions about any of this, reach out to my team. In the comments or in the description, you will see our information. You can call us, you could text us, you can reach out to us, and we'll be more than happy to answer your question. Otherwise, take full advantage of this free ticket to our workshop this Saturday. RamonPreston.com/event. 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 Free ticket. You have a VIP upgrade. There's a link inside of that landing page for $97, and you could get a workbook, 6 weeks of training, 6 weeks of client support, and you get access to our upcoming HoldCo Dealmakers Mastermind. During the Mastermind, we're going to go deeper to underwriting deals, doing some different analyzing of deals. Because it could be, as a HoldCo deal maker, you could be doing deals with real estate, you could be doing deals with businesses, you could be doing deals with other assets, or a little bit of all of three. and it could really help you get off the hamster wheel of trying to figure out how to just sell another gadget or how to find more time to make more money with the service that you offer. I'm trying to show people that there's a different way for you to grow and get where you want to go. So I appreciate you all. Thank you all for joining the show. We'll be back here tomorrow, same place, same time, 12 o'clock noon, right here on the Ramon Preston Show.